Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we had to start the show that way because the absolute legend, Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan, passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
Early yesterday, man. I was telling Francis, I was driving and I saw a message from Francis out of nowhere and it said Hulk Hogan. And we, talk about wrestling and things like that all the time. So, it wasn't uncommon to see his name in there, but I decided to pop right on Twitter right before I looked, and boom, right away you go ahead and see that. And yeah, man, it just absolutely hits and sucks for such a legend like Hulk Hogan to pass away at 71 years old. Obviously, loads and loads of surgeries. We probably don't know the full scale of what he was going through, but I was telling Francis before, man, I just always felt like I would see Hulk Hogan at like an old, super old man coming out of a WrestleMania for like the final time years from now. So it definitely hit out of nowhere.
Yeah, man. I think at times like this, there's not much you can say. And I think
Yep.
the important thing is that we remember the icon, that we remember the legacy. And I say that because there's a lot of people out there that want to kind of, I don't know, I feel like they see other people celebrating, someone's legacy and someone's history, and it's like because they have differences and they disagree with it, it doesn't sit right to them that we're celebrating a man's legacy in life and stuff like that. So they try to throw shade and they throw shots and all that. And I feel like we got to drown that out, man, with the positivity. We got to drown that out with what the man meant to us. You know what I'm saying? And if you grew up watching wrestling, Hulk Hogan was a part of your childhood in a way that he was almost like an extended family member. He's like that uncle that you saw, every now and again. That was
Hell
just
yeah.
like that's what it is. And I think unless you were that kind of fan of wrestling, unless you grew up on it the way that we did, Christian did, you don't get it. You don't
No,
get it. And I see a
definitely
lot of
not.
people out there, yesterday, even still today, who just don't get it. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, guys, the last time I felt like this, I'll give you guys a little insight into me, whatever. Last time I felt like this was when Kobe Bryant died, and even when that happened, people didn't get it.
Yeah.
People didn't get it. They were like,
Yeah.
"Damn!" I mean, like, really? And I tell you right now, probably the next time I feel like this, I don't even want to speak this into the atmosphere. But God willing, this is so far away that we don't even got to think about it. The next time I feel like it will probably be when Jeter goes. Like, there's just
Yeah.
certain
Just
people,
certain legends.
right? Certain people, and there's
Yep.
probably actually I'm lying. There's probably a couple people before Jeter, but I don't want to say their names because they're already older and I don't want to think about it.
All right.
You
All right.
got you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
You already know. Like there's certain people, man, who just impact you, right? And you
Yep.
don't even meet them, and you don't even get to shake their hand, and sometimes that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Sometimes that makes
No
it
doubt
harder
about it.
that
And
you didn't get that chance.
even one of the things that you just brought up, it's so friggin' true, is Hulk Hogan, the yellow and red Hulk Hogan was even for people even older than us
Yeah,
that really got to experience what Hulkamania at his true hype was. And for anybody out there that is having this debate, go listen to what guys like The Rock said and Ric Flair and people like that. You could debate all you want, but I love when there's these Mount Rushmores. There is not a Mount Rushmore that is valid without a Hulk Hogan on it. It's just that simple.
yeah. I'm
There
sorry.
wouldn't be wrestling the way it is today without what him and Vince McMahon did. And you read Vince McMahon's message, and I wish there was a way that Vince McMahon, I know there's the whole legal stuff, but the only person to me on WWE that should be speaking about the passing of Hulk Hogan to the fan base is Vince McMahon. And I know there's legal issues there that he's probably not allowed to, or they can't really let that happen. But you don't tell Hogan's story without Vince, and you don't tell Vince's story without Hulk Hogan. They are just intertwined
Yep.
into one for what they did together, and then just taking over wrestling in the world at the end of the day, not just America,
Yes.
the world.
Yes.
What they did is absolutely unbelievable. And I just want to share this image one more time because this one hit like
Yeah.
hell yesterday. This picture hit like crazy because, believe it or not, for the majority of us here, that kid is us.
Yep.
And that is the thing that made Hulk Hogan special to all of us, because whether it was the yellow and red Hogan or it was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the impacts were just as strong because this man could have been the only vision. You know what I mean? Nikki, do me a favor, Nikki, get out the chat. You need a little bit of a break. I just, people crack me up that are just so upset about a man, just so excited about a man passing that you just want to throw shade at him while he's dead. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. So Nikki, do me a favor, kick rocks, brother. But that kid right there is a lot of us. And it's such a damn sad image to look at. He's holding the toy because, again, it was our childhood. So rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Very, very sad. I know, as you guys already know, everybody who knows me knows this. I've been a huge Hulk Hogan fan my whole life. The Discord we always joke around about it because I would always be like, yeah, Hulk Hogan would have cleared that ring in 2 minutes. It doesn't matter what like wrestling match it was nowadays, but there'll be more Hulk Hogan stuff behind me very soon. No doubt about that. But anything else you want to add, Francis, or let's talk some
I
Yankee
mean,
baseball?
I know what I'm wearing. I know what I'm wearing to the next NYYU event. I know that. That's what I'm saying.
I feel you.
I think it's only right, man. And
Yep.
as cliche as it could sound, I'll close with this, man. You know, characters like that, right? Legends like that, their impact can never be understated. I mean,
Correct.
yeah, we're talking about a wrestler, we're talking about a superstar in that realm, but like the man has influence even in what me and you do here on this
100%.
channel, talking about baseball, the showmanship, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Just the raw manhood, just being unapologetically a
Yep.
man yourself, like,
Yep.
and not feeling bad for it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, that's, I mean, listen, man, I'm sorry, but in 2025, brother, we just don't have that many. We just don't have that many icons like that. And
No,
I don't know that they're making them like that anymore. So
I don't think so.
we lost a real one. And yeah, man, like I said, anybody that got something negative to say, just keep that, keep that out of this chat, keep that
Yep.
far away from us because we're fans over here. So yeah, we're not doing that. Only positivity and love, and you know what I'm saying, love and prayers to his
His
family because
family, yeah.
I can't even imagine, yo. I
No
can't.
doubt. No doubt about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna move on right now from the passing of Hulk Hogan, but I guarantee you this, he will always live on this channel. There's no doubt about that. And also to our good friend Mach. I don't think I've ever been more anticipated of hearing a voicemail in my life
Facts.
than I am today. And hopefully I didn't just put additional pressure on Macho at all, that he's already put it out there. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't think Mach ever lets us down. And there's got to be a salute to Hulk Hogan when it comes to Macho's voicemail today. Because again, I made a joke yesterday. I said, hell better think twice about messing with heaven now with the mega powers up there. I mean, you don't got, you don't got many chances when you got those two guys up there. Now they got wings and they're ready to go. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So you got to be careful there. But let's jump right into it today, folks. Let's switch on over. That is where our New York Yankees currently stand. They are 4.5 games back of the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays 7-3 over the last 10. Yankees 5-5. We know the last game the Yankees played, there's a big mess. There is a big mess right now for the New York Yankees. A lot of people kind of on the Yankees' back, rightfully so. A lot of errors being made, a lot of poor play. And I would say now, maybe you disagree, Francis, I don't know, but I will say that the fan base now more than ever is understanding of what the few of us have been saying for years and taking beatings on for years for our points and our views of the club. It seems like it's more universally accepted now for what we've been talking about with this club for years.
I agree 100%. I know my buddy Roldan will love me saying those two words. I agree, but I don't think honestly there's no other way. There's no other way for us to put it this morning. Honestly, it seems like a large part of the fan base is finally coming around to what NYY Underground has been saying since we went by a different name. I mean, literally, like these points that are being thrown out there by all the pundits, and like, I mean, you got people like Ken Rosenthal, who has fought back against the things that we've said.
His article yesterday, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you got people like Jeff Passan, who has fought back against the things that we've said. You got tons of people, right, who have kind of gone after fans and gone after content creators like us, who were bold enough to say that. And I say like us, but there's not really anyone like us who were bold enough to say this 5 and 6 years ago when we were seeing it and realizing that it had become a problem. And now everybody came around, and they came around in the most Yankee way possible, late after everyone else. Like, you know what I mean? Now everybody sees what we've been saying.
And what's even worse is they're taking credit like they've been talking about it for years, which is not true. If anybody has paid attention, it's not true. You've had many of these people, by the way, many of these people who are saying they've been talking about this forever used to attack me for talking about this stuff. So don't come at me and acting like you've been talking this shit for a long time. when you used to attack me and people on this network for the same exact thing years ago, years ago. And that's the thing people don't know, because somebody in the chat said, yeah, NYY News TV. No, going back to Simonetti source
I'm talking about
days.
exactly
The Simonetti source days,
Yes.
when I made my videos about Boone saying he got bullied by an ump, and I was the only person to make a video that night saying this guy needs to be fired. This is nuts. Like, how can a group of men follow this guy's lead? It's insanity. And now it's like a normal thing to believe that way. But yeah, no, Dave. See, David remembers. He goes all the way back. If David, you remember this because you were here. In 2018, I coined the phrase Aaron Boone derangement syndrome. And I said, everybody, you got to give him the year. And there was a lot of people like, this guy's not ready. I'm like, look, give him the 1 year. If 2019 comes and I see the same things, I'll rip him up. 2019 came and I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I was like, I gave him the year. I'm going to be fair. But you could see he just never learned. He didn't change. It was like, all right, something's off here. And now the puzzle, the pieces are there. It's the front office controlling the majority of what happens. Boone goes along with it, and then he tries to save face for his whole club by, honestly, defending to his own detriment. I mean, just looking horrible while he's doing it. But that is how they want this team being run right now. And hopefully at one point they wake up and recognize that ain't the way to do it.
I mean, honestly, there's still a part of it that I still feel like the mass media and a large majority of the fan base hasn't got to, that we've also been on for about 5 or 6 years. And I think that part is that, when we bring up your Aaron Boone and your Brian Cashman, for every time that we bring up those two names, we bring up a lot of other names as well. We bring up names like Fishman. We've brought up, maybe not by name, but we have called out the analytics department as a whole. We've called out the people who put the metrics together, right? The data together and present the data to Aaron Boone that allows him to make those informed decisions. Because at the end of the day, we have always realized that Aaron Boone is a manager who makes informed decisions based off of data that is given to him. But he's not the one that is compiling that data, because his job is not to compile the data.
Right.
Fishman is overseeing a group of people whose job it is to compile data, metrics, and provide that to the coaching staff, right? And every analytics team does things in their own way. There's metrics that they put more weight on, that they put more onus on, that they focus on, right? More, right? The Rays have their style, the Dodgers have theirs, the Mets have theirs, the Red Sox have theirs. Everybody has their style. Well, the Yankees style has not worked, and it hasn't worked for a long freaking time.
That's right.
And we've been saying as much, all right? So it's not just the narrative that people love to run with. Well, you guys, it doesn't matter what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like Boone could,
not true.
He could take a day off to go to his kid's graduation. And if they lose, you still blame him. That's not true. We've never just said this is all on Boone. This is only his fault, or this is all on Cashman. This is only his fault. No, we put the onus on them because they are the leaders, leadership roles. Then someone who is a leader,
any leadership role.
Thank you. And Pete says it all the time. It's something that, you've been saying for years or whatever. You reference yourself as a leader of what you take accountability for the whole thing. Well, that's why you'll hear Cashman's name and Boone's name more than the other ones. But make no mistake about it. The people who are putting the metrics together that say that, Anthony Volpe is elite offensively or whatever, you want them gone too. The same people that are putting the metrics together that tell Boone that these lineups every different day, every lineup, a different lineup every day, all that shit is okay. We want them gone too. Like this is like we're not discriminating here. We're saying that there is a organizational problem, and an organization is made up of much more than two names.
That's right. No doubt about it. You hit that the nail on the head. And today, the Yankees are going to be facing the Philadelphia Phillies for 3 games, and they got the Rays for 4 games. It's something that we've talked about a lot here, is that by the end of this month, the New York Yankees could actually find themselves out of a playoff spot, or they can come alive, wake up, make some moves, and feel refreshed and ready to go for a run in the second half. Now, we're going to find out about that very, very soon, as today is Friday. Next week, folks, all of our questions are going to be answered. I'm going to be live, as you guys know, on Thursday for Tunnels to Towers, 24 hours, 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. I need all of you hanging out with me that day, because it's not going to be easy. But it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And trust me, when that 7 o'clock hits, it was worth it. It's always worth it when that 7 a.m. hits that next morning and you go, we did it. We donated a lot of money. We're happy. We're excited. And, we still have a great time no matter what. But today's game, by the way, is on Apple TV, I believe. So you guys know how it works here with Apple TV. I can't really call the game because everything is way ahead of me. So I am going to call the game. I will be on for game season, but it's not going to be your regular game season. It's going to be me chilling basically. And as I see the play, I'll talk about the play. But it's just hard because Apple TV is always so delayed compared to game day that you're like 2 pitches behind. So you see the play on the screen well before it happens. So we'll just come on and chill, talk trades. I'll react to what's happening and all that fun stuff. E. Diego says, Jeff Passan's brain is clouded by all of his hair gel. Damn. He has that much hair. I don't even really watch him that much. A lot of hair gel on?
He has a good set of hair. I don't want to come. I feel like, everybody's
got the guy's head of hair.
Everybody's got their pros and their cons. I think Jeff Passan's hair is kind of one of the pros, but
okay. Nice hair on Jeff Passan.
He's got a nice name.
Mach, beautiful. Mach says, I want to salute the Hulk. R.I.P. brother. You changed wrestling like no one else. Now you're running wild in heaven with Macho, and the Mega Powers are officially back. Yes, indeed, man. I love that. And it's a beautiful thought to think about, isn't it? Those gentlemen seeing each other again. Andre the Giant being up there, seeing his old friend again. Just an absolute beautiful sight. So we're going to get into voicemails here. And then, guys, let me tell you something. Buckle up because there was quite a bit of rumors today.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a bit of rumors today for the New York Yankees. And one of the names I talked about yesterday on a short. I'll give you guys a little hint on that one. You know who that is. But there was another one today that I've been asking for years. And if it ever came true, I'd put my head through a wall.
Through a wall, live on
I'd put my head.
Heard it here first.
Oh, hey, shut fat ass. Hey, take it easy there, because you say that, forget about it. Everybody's gonna run with it now.
Hey man, for the fans, man, I gotta do it for the fans, and it does seem like right now things have finally started to heat up because I feel like the first domino fell yesterday.
Yes, it did.
With the Josh Naylor deal.
Yep.
I think that's the first domino that fall. Every trade deadline, right? Doesn't it feel like you kind of wait for that one, and then things kind of set in motion? This year, I think Josh Naylor is the domino that sets everything in motion and the frenzy begins. I honestly think, bro, before we start, I know we'll get into it much more later, but I honestly think, bro, we see something this weekend.
I like the way you think. I like the way you think. It maybe took me a little bit to process, but I like the way you think. Let's get to the first voicemail, folks. Here we go.
All rise, Pete, Jira, Francis, Fam, Uncle Dom here.
What up,
Pete,
brother?
I don't even want to talk about the Yanks because until they find exactly who they are and get their identity, and actually think about playing baseball again sometime this year, I want to reflect on two legends that we lost in the entertainment world.
Yes, sir.
And I got two sayings, Pete. One that hits home. First being about caring and about people. I'm about entertaining people. I'm about family. That was the late, great Ozzy Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
The other, Hulk Hogan, realizing and saying, life is great and people are awesome. Life is always worth living. You're damn right, brother. You're damn right. We can always dream, boss, right? Gazing through the window at the world outside.
Ah, little Ozzy.
Wondering, will Mother Earth survive? Hoping that mankind will stop abusing her sometime. After all, there's only just the two of us.
Go ahead.
And here we are, still fighting for our lives. Watching all of history repeat itself time after time. I'm just a dreamer.
Go ahead.
I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. That's all we want, Pete. Let's dream
Facts.
of a better life, a better world for all of us. Yankees, you're the candy store in this today. I mean, you got to be better because you know what, Yanks? What you gonna do when the UWO runs wild on you, brother? Now let's fucking go! Woo! Wake up!
Yes. Yes.
That was beautiful. I
That
mean,
was great.
he always, the voice is obviously amazing every time, but I think today that one was extra special. Shouts out to Uncle Dom. That was really beautiful. I think the tone, the tenor, everything, that was the right. I mean, yeah, you couldn't have chosen a better one for today. That was good.
What a beautiful message too. That life is always worth living. That is so friggin' true, man. That is so true, Uncle Dom. And Francis, me and you both have had similar situations with health scares and health concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And it does put it into perspective. You're so right that there is no doubt about it. Life is always worth living. There's always something else, no matter how low it gets, how bad it gets. There is something that you should certainly be living for. And you can find it. If you look for it, you will find it. I promise you that. And it's a beautiful message, Dom. Truly is. Beautiful, beautiful message. Let's go with, we'll try to get through a few more. We got a lot this morning, as I expected we would. I want to get through a few more, but because I do know the trade deadline, there's going to be a lot of conversation here, rightfully so, especially with some of the names mentioned today. But let's go ahead and get to a couple more.
Pete, Kira, Francis, it's
What's up,
Jocko.
There he
First
is.
of all, I got to say rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, one of my all-time heroes. Man, we lost Ozzy and Hulk in back-to-back days. That's crazy. Also, just wanted to let you know, if you don't see me in the chat, I'm going through some very serious health things right now. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my guys and my girls, Anthony Medina, William Henry, Uncle Dom, Corinne. I love all you guys, and hopefully I'll be back soon. And me and William Henry, we'll be perving out on Meredith again soon. All right, keep up the good work, my brother. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Jocko, well, prayers out to you, brother. Hope you get better very soon because we need you in this chat. It's always fun. And again, man, look, every time I hear other members, matter of fact, Francis, you notice, right? I've been in meetings with a couple of different people for, different possibilities for NYU. And I love when they ask, like, what makes you guys different? And man, oh man, first thing I go to is the community.
Oh yeah.
I said, I don't know if there's another channel out there. And again, I'm not doing, this is not a knock on anybody else. This is me just saying, I don't know. I don't really watch like that or other people doing shows and things of that nature. But I don't know of another channel where the host, but everybody knows people in the community also. Yep. And they all know one another and they all get each other. And I think that is the biggest difference of us compared to a lot of other people is we talk about a community. We talk about real talk for the real fan. But the fact of the matter is we really do it. We really do it. Like that is something we can all pat ourselves on the back. And that's everybody in the chat too. You guys actually know each other. You get to meet each other. You develop relationships with one another. Yep. Becoming friends outside of NYY Underground and having communications outside of NYY Underground. So that is what community certainly is. And it's one of the main things that I'm very proud of what we built here.
It's a fact. I honestly, when we speak about the community and we say these things, it's not, this is not pandering. This is not just us bullshitting out here, whatever. You guys know. I mean, the Real Talk for the Real Fan moniker it's something that it's ingrained in who we are. Like it's in the bloodstream. It's not it's a saying, but it's like literally a creed. It's a code that we live by. And we're able to do that because this community makes it easy to do that. Like you guys,
so true,
easy to want to get on here and give as much of ourselves as we possibly can. I mean, Pete's literally every single day in front of the camera, in front of the mic for you guys. Christian makes sure he's doing his show every single week. I try to be here for every show that I'm scheduled for every single time. And as soon as I'm able to be more, I'll be here even more. And it's obviously, I love hanging out with my brother, but like, bro, it's also this freaking community. They're like they're like the ghost host of every single show. They're like
No
a
doubt.
part that your name might not come up in the credits and your faces might not be seen on the screen, but you're as big a part as anybody that you're looking at when you guys tune in here. So for real, man, shouts out to all of you guys because we really couldn't do this shit without you. And I say that just in light of some of those meetings and stuff that Pete's been talking about
Yep.
because yeah. It
True.
stinks to them.
No.
It
Yeah.
stinks to them.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It makes it very easy to talk about NYU in this community because of each and every one of you. Couple of more voicemails, guys. Then we're gonna get into trades. I know you guys are waiting for it. Don't worry. We're gonna get there. I promise. But we gotta listen to Simon first.
Good morning, Pete. This is the Bella Vista Bocce Master calling from Bella Vista, New Haven, Connecticut. How you doing? How you doing? How you
He
doing?
better not say
I
nothing
can't
about
believe the
Hogan,
Hulk
I'm telling
Hogan passed away. 71 years old. Wow. That seems like he's in the prime of his life. He was one heck of a wrestler, I'll tell you that. One heck of a wrestler, cared about people, cared about kids. He will be missed. He really will be missed. I wish he would have managed the Yankees as this idiot Boone that we got. Anyway, speaking of the Yankees now, how's this idiot manager of ours going to lose the game today against the Phillies? But it's like what you said, Pete. Will probably be 6 games out of first, unless somehow the bats get going here. And I hope that they get somebody for third base, because I'm tired of seeing Peraza and the other guys already. Just trade him. Well, you have a good day, Pete. Rock on. NYY Underground forever. Smack it like hit it, subby. And remember, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. I said, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. And Hal, if you're listening, you got to get a Hulk Hogan-style manager to manage the Yankees instead of this idiot Boone. Have a good day, Pete. Bye.
That was actually a pretty good one.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Shouts
I
out.
like that one from Simon. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Well, before we get into the voicemails, this is the one I've been waiting for. Macho, it is your time, brother. Here we go.
All right.
Captain Francis, Macho King in the house. How you doing? To the underground, yeah. First, I want to congratulate you guys on the recent success that is well earned and deserved. Dig it! Nextly, I'm pointing a finger at the Bone and Trash Can and their failures. We see former Yankees players go to other teams and do just fine. But on the Yankees, they play like a bunch of stumble bums. And the reason is because Bad Bone is a shitty manager and needs to be fired. Yeah, because he ruins players. Name the young player under Bad Bone not named Judge who was broke out and become a star. That is up! Nobody! Because Bad Bone keeps monkeying around and never stands on business. Because he's a punk! And if the Macho King calls you a punk, you better straighten out! Your life and show someone dust for a dude! Yeah! And speaking of standing on business, I recently challenged Hulk Hogan to one more match. And the Macho King says what he means and means what he says. But the Hulkster couldn't stand the heat of the Macho Man and forfeited. And though it's not how I want them to win, I will accept victory nonetheless. And at this point in time, I consider the matter closed. Because I remember a time when the Mega Powers were bonded as one and running wild. So Hulkster, rest in peace, brother. And one day the Mega Powers were reunited at the gates of Valhalla, and the Macho Maniacs, Hulkamaniacs, will rule the World Wrestling Federation until the end of space of time. Dang it! But I haven't forgotten Francis Friday, no way, Tito. When I grabbed the mic, you think this electrical? The ladies start to quake because my style is symmetrical. Trying to test the macho kick in the testicle. The Mega Powers are back, and the fiat is unquestionable, yeah. And to all my macho maniacs and macho mamas, stay macho with the sound of the savage on the ground. Oh, yeah! Macho!
Ooh. He doesn't miss, man. He doesn't miss.
Never. I mean,
He doesn't miss.
He hit all the targets today, man. He just
Every time.
A1
Every
sniper,
time.
man. Go ahead, Mach. I love it. I love
Every
it.
time, man.
Energy.
He doesn't miss. And it's funny, Mach is right, man. He challenged Hogan. Right before that, it was a hilarious voice, man. We posted it and all that. He posted it. I even tagged Hogan underneath it. Never in a million years would I think that just a couple of days after that, he'd be gone. Like, never in a million years would I have thought that. But that's again, another lesson of life right there is anything can happen at any time. Anything can happen at any time, man. That is so friggin' true. Don't go to bed upset. Don't go to bed angry with the person you love. Don't ever go to sleep angry at the person you love. Hug your family because truly it really is. It kind of puts that into perspective too. We were joking around and boom, there it is, gone. So that's life for you, brother. But
This thing we call life. Yep.
this beautiful thing we call life, no doubt about it. Let's kick it off here. John Heyman talks about yesterday, and Noah Hiles from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Noah Hiles being a reporter for the Pirates, says the Yankees have had conversations about Nelly Cruz. The price is steep, but of course, that's no surprise. Francis, can I ask you a question? Will the Yankees be crazy enough to get this guy and say, hey, we got a third baseman? Does that not feel like something Brian Cashner would actually do or the Yankees would actually do? I hope not. And let me just say this. I hope they wouldn't do that. In that sense.
Yeah.
It does almost feel like something they would actually do.
I mean, my brother, this is the New York Yankees that we're talking about. And I think when it comes to acquiring players and playing them in the way that you least thought that they would be played, nobody's better than the Yankees.
Yep.
So could I sit here and say, like, nah, they wouldn't do that after everything we've seen this year? I think they're going to play it safe and play people where they're supposed to play. I'd love to say that, but I don't believe it. Like,
Yeah.
it would not shock me if they was like, yeah, we got our third baseman, guys.
Wouldn't shock me one bit. Wouldn't shock me one bit. Again, I don't know, what is behind that, what truth is there. I don't know what that would take. O'Neal Cruz is a guy who I think opens up the imagination for a lot of people because he hits the ball very, very hard. Nobody hits the baseball harder than O'Neal Cruz in the game. He hits absolute bombs. But,
I mean, bro.
Again, I don't really necessarily see the fit for the Yankees. He's also a guy who really hasn't taken off the way they'd hope he would.
Yep.
Low average, high strikeouts, not extremely high OPSs, even with a low strikeout. I think his OPS like in the low 700s, which is not really impressive for a guy like him that hits the ball like he does. So I don't know where the fit would actually be. That's why I joke around saying third base. Because some people, when I posted this, some people are like, oh, he's going to take over shortstop. I'm like, he was really, really, really bad there. Really bad at shortstop.
I have a thing, but I don't know if I want to say that yet. But I feel like if O'Neal Cruz is an idea that the Yankees are indeed entertaining, I think that the return for O'Neal Cruz is something that a lot of the fan base is going to sneer at. Because I think that if the Yankees are strongly considering O'Neal Cruz, it would probably be to put him in the outfield. And the spot that he would be taking would be somebody who's out of this world, let's say.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could certainly see that.
Like, if that's something for real, then I would think that the conversations being had is we bring this guy in and we send the Martian packing. That's what I think.
Something else I was thinking about, since he's a infielder already and he handles ground balls a lot in the off season. Is that something maybe first base?
Convert him to first, could be.
Just saying, because and again, the only reason we're saying this stuff is because it's the Yankees.
Exactly.
If this was another functional team that doesn't have a history of doing shit like this, we probably wouldn't even be. We'd probably say, well, they'd probably just leave him in center field and that's it. Like, the first two things I thought about was, they don't really got after. Would they stick him at third base? Will they convert him to first base at some point when there's a spot? I'm like, who the frig knows with this club, to be quite honest with you. But I don't know. I don't know if that's actually going to be the move they make. But King Dre says, Pete Francis, good day to both. What do you guys think needs to happen for change to come to this pathetic, disgraceful organization? Love you guys. Hal Steinbrenner needs to, be haunted by his father. One day he looks in the mirror, he sees his dad, then his dad chokes him and then just yells at him, and then he just wakes up. And he's so terrified by it, he decides to make changes. It's like those movies when they look in the mirror and the mirror comes alive and like comes through the mirror and chokes you like an Evil Dead. That's basically what needs to happen.
Honestly, I can't. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the short answer for me would just be what needs to happen would be a complete regime change, top to bottom. Will that happen? Unequivocally, no.
Yep. And that's the saddest thing about it is that I'm right there with Francis. Is people always talk about us like, oh, you get rid of Boone. No, I want Cashman gone with Aaron Boone. I want to me they're one of the same.
Exactly.
They've created this thing and they're one and the same. I just want both of those guys gone and the Yankees take over. And look, I know a lot of people aren't excited about this, but I would actually like this. You got baseball guys in the organization already. You mean to tell me Omar Minaya couldn't take over as GM for the Yankees? I mean, I know it's not everybody's favorite because there's a former Met there and blah, blah, blah. And he kind of, everybody always says, well, they made bad moves. Well, Brian Cashman's made bad moves. And I'm not comparing their track records. Brian Cashman is going to go down as a Hall of Famer when it comes to, being an executive. I give him all the credit in the world, but I believe in one thing. I believe that he's wore out his welcome. And that's it. And I believe it's sour at this point, and nothing's going to change that. That's how I felt about him for a while now. And I feel that needs to be changed there. But there are guys in this organization that can handle the job of being a GM, and they've done it before. So it's not like, oh my God, what will we do? Well, you got people that can do that. I just truly do feel like it is time for change.
I agree with you. I mean, I think when I look at the situation here, it's not because I don't care what happens with Brian Cashman or Aaron Boone and stuff like that. I just feel like this separation would be what's good for everybody. Everybody involved, all parties involved. This would be good for Hal Steinbrenner. This would be good for Brian Cashman. This would be good for Aaron Boone. It'd be good for Aaron Judge. It'd be good for all the players on the team. This regime change, top to bottom, would be a good thing for everybody. Okay, maybe Cashman gets another job. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest. Have you found another job within 6-7 months? Wouldn't shock me. But guess what? In that new job, a little bit of that pompous arrogance and that you can't question me stuff, that's out of the window. You're a new guy to that organization. You have to prove yourself once again. Yeah, what you did with the Yankees, that was cool, but we didn't sign you to do that. We signed you to do it here. So now you gotta prove it again. Now you gotta freaking go back into the archives and bring that prime version of yourself back and maybe that hunger and that drive. That would be a good thing for him. Aaron Boone managing in a different place where it's like, okay, listen, man, this ain't the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the friend of the players. We don't want no, we want you to manage. You're a baseball guy, bro. We want to see that. That's why we signed you to be our manager. That would be good for him. And for our players to bring in a new manager who's not their buddy, not their friend, but who's actually there to manage a team and win ball games. That would be amazing for those players. Difference. There's a lot of talent on this team. We've never ever argued that. We've never refuted that the Yankees are an untalented team. As a matter of fact, I would hazard that the reason that we get so upset is because we know how talented this team is.
Agreed.
Issue is
Celia, you're wrong about that. It says Dominguez cannot feel for his life. That's just a lie. That's just a lie. Dominguez obviously is not great in left field, but these people that say he has to be a DH, you're batshit crazy. I'm sorry to tell you. You're absolutely batshit crazy. Jason Dominguez does not. He's 22 years old. You want a 22-year-old with blazing lightning speed to not work out in left field. You just want to stick him at his DH and say, enough is enough. Forget it. He can't play out there. Let the kid live. Let him grow. Let him get his reps. Give him a little bit of time. Considering we've given Anthony Volpe 3 friggin' years already, Jason Dominguez has months. Not even months. You're not even talking 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Let the kid get some play. Let him take his time to develop. We've let everybody else take time to develop. But Jason Dominguez, to a majority of fans, they don't get that chance to develop. He's not allowed to develop. He has to come up and be amazing out the gate. He's 22. Give him a little bit of time. Give him a little bit of time. That's it. That's it. It's that simple.
I don't know what I mean. Honestly, bro, I've been thinking the last couple of days about the Dominguez stuff, and it's not because I want it. Like I love the player Jason Dominguez.
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm very, very, very high on Jason Dominguez. I've been a fan of him since we freaking signed him out of the DR. But over the last couple of days, man, I've gotten to this point of just numbness where I'm just like, you know what? Just fucking trade him.
Trade him. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Trade
Bro,
him.
This is his first year, right? Look what fans have said about him. He's a DH only. He can't field. He can't hit right-handed. They want him to stop hitting right-handed and stop playing the outfield altogether. Honestly, it is batshit bonkers.
Bro,
it's bonkers.
No, it's nuts. I'm seeing him
nuts.
compared to their Spencer Jones hits 3 home runs, and I'm seeing people like, oh, look at Jason Dominguez got to be looking at that. Like, well, whatever. Do you know what Jason Dominguez would do at AAA right now? Like, what do we like?
Look at what he did in AAA. He hit 340 in AAA.
Yeah, like I'm like at this point, I just look at it and I'm like, you know,
at a way younger age.
Exactly, but again, people forget about that shit. Just like, I mean, bro, I'm telling you, I just been thinking about it. I'm just like, you know what, man, like, just trade him, because here's the deal. The defense, is it good? No, we've never said it's good. It's been bad. He's missed a lot of play. We get that or whatever. But you know what else has been bad? The Yankees' development of him has been bad. The Yankees' development of pretty much any of their prospects in terms of defense has been bad. So at this point, what belief do I have? What conviction do I have that this organization is going to make him into a good left fielder? I have none. If Jason Dominguez becomes a good left fielder, I would say that he did it in spite of the New York Yankees, because as good of a hitter as Aaron Judge is, I don't think the Yankees made him that hitter. As a matter of fact, I know they didn't, because he doesn't listen to their batting coach. He has his own hitting coach who's not even allowed to come into Yankee Stadium.
That is wild, by the way. That is absolutely wild. He does. He has his own coaches. And he's like, I deal with these guys and that's it. I don't want to.
The best tool on our best player was not developed by the organization, and yet the organization will take credit. Well, you know, Aaron Judge, he's a success. That's what people love to say. Well, Aaron Judge came up through the system, and he's a success, and he's good defensively. He's good. Listen. Let's not do that. This team has not developed people defensively. We saw it with Andujar. We're seeing it with Jason.
I think there was a tweet about that, actually.
With the Golden Boy Volpe.
Yeah, I think there was a tweet about that recently, that the Yankees developed prospects have been horrible defensively.
Horrible, bro.
Like really bad defensively.
So when I look at this now with the Dominguez stuff, and I hear the fans and I hear other people, and they're like, oh, you should call up Jones and you should send Dominguez down to AAA, and we should this and we should that, and they want to trade Dominguez for Swaggy V and all that shit. You know what? I'm like, okay, you know what? Just fucking trade him then. Trade him, because I guarantee you that kid goes to another team that's halfway competent. They make him into a really good defender, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The speed and athleticism is there. The way that he's moving out in left field, something is up. Like, something is up. This is not like the dude is he's as faster than anybody that we have in the outfield.
Well, funny thing is, when me and Kev will call on the last game against Toronto, we noticed multiple times with right-handers, they got him shaded all the way to right center field. Like, all the way to right center field. That there was that one double hit down the line that I'm like, oh, Dominguez will get it and throw it in. He had to run a mile to get the ball. Like, legit, any ball down the line, he's going to have to sprint his ass off to try to get it. So I don't know if, look, again, I am not making an excuse. I'm not Aaron Boone. We don't do that here. Should Dominguez be better? Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. Dominguez should definitely be better in the outfield. No question about that. Are the way the Yankees positioning some of these guys taking effect, and maybe the way they're coaching this? With this club, I'm sorry to tell you, you never know. You never know with this team. I'm just saying, because they just seem like they're a train wreck everywhere they are. It really is. They just seem like they're really fucking off. Or they're just backwards wherever they are. So
no, you're right.
Doesn't shock me one bit.
I don't know. I look at it. I'm just like, bro, let it. Like, if that's what they're gonna do, if they're gonna keep playing him sporadically, like, I mean, how long have we been saying, give him run, just give him the unlimited run? It's gonna be freaking August.
He played leadoff.
They're still doing the same shit,
and they were winning. They had it every day. I think they won 4 or 5 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They had Dominguez leading off, and he's hitting like 3-something, high 300s batting leadoff. Guess what? Guess why? He's getting better pitches to hit, and he's dynamic. Why would you not want that at top of your order? Oh, well, you know, he's getting benefited by better pitches. Good. That's what you want with a guy with speed like Jason Dominguez. That means he gets around the bases and he scores. And now your pitchers don't have to bite their nails every time they're out there, because if they're pitching good, it's a 1-0 game or a 1-1 game or 2-2. It's different that way. But apparently the Yankees see something that works and they go, well, you got to change it. Change it up. Change it up. It can't work. We can't have this. So, but speaking of somebody who could help them, there's another one from John Heyman today. He's been throwing everything out there this morning. Suarez has to be easily the Yankees' top third base choice, but hearing there's a gap in talks at moments, Yankees should match up well with Arizona, with New York's pitching and catching prospects, but Mariners, Cubs, Reds, many others in. And according to Jack Curry, he said a lot of the names that are mentioned out there, the Yankees aren't seriously interested in. So I don't know what you want to believe. I believe the Yankees are interested in Eugenio Suarez. I think maybe they're interested in him to a level that fits them when it comes to what prospect capital they will give up.
Exactly.
But I can't sit here and say I don't think the Yankees have any interest in Suarez. I don't believe that. I think they do. I don't know if he's the guy they actually land, though, because there are a lot of teams interested. And the Mariners gave up a pretty decent package for Naylor.
For Naylor, yeah.
What is it going to take then for Suarez? You got to assume Cam Schlittler is going to have to be a part of a deal, or Warren. It's going to have to be one of your top pitching prospects.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I look at that. I look at the deal for Naylor, and they gave up a decent haul for that.
Definitely, yeah.
Does Seattle have more? Yes. People keep saying, even Heyman, is also saying that, well, Seattle's still in on Suarez.
Yep.
I don't see Seattle going back to back with deals.
I agree. It doesn't make
kind
sense
of
to me.
capital that those two deals are going to end up costing. I think
Agreed.
Naylor, that was the big bullet. I think they went for Suarez. They saw the waters. They were like, that's a little too deep. Let's see Naylor. Okay, we can swim in those waters. Let's go grab him and call it a day. Now, they're not going to pull out completely because at the end of the day, you never know. Maybe the talk stall with other teams, and then Arizona comes back around and says, okay, we can do it for this. But I don't see them going crazy with a freaking haul after going for Naylor, doing another haul to get Suarez. So that, for me, puts them a little bit on the back burner. The other teams are interested in him, but do they have the need that the Yankees do? That's something you can argue, right? That's debatable, let's say. But right now, the Yankees have been a team that has been linked to Suarez longer than anybody, and probably with more interest than most people. But when you hear the comments from Curry, I took it the same way you took it. I didn't take it as, oh, the Yankees are out on Suarez. The Yankees don't want him. No, I took it as the Yankees don't want Suarez if the ask is Spencer Jones. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I
agree. When Jack Curry spoke, all I heard was the Yankees want him. They like him. They think he'd be great. They don't want to send Spencer Jones to Arizona for him, though.
Yep.
They're not willing to do that. So let's see. Can it be done without Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. and stuff like that? Let's see. Is there a world where it can be done without Spencer Jones, Lombard Jr., or Cam Schlittler? Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Really don't know.
No, it's gonna definitely be fairly interesting. For a lot of people saying that they didn't give up a lot in that deal. Well, they gave up a 21-year-old in A-ball who throws extremely hard. Who was I'm pretty sure he was a high draft pick in Ashton Izzy. When was he drafted? He was drafted in 2022. So yeah, not an extremely high draft pick overall, to a round 4 pick. But throws very, very hard. Right-hander, 6'3", and then they gave up a lefty who looks like he's going to be probably coming out of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks now. 33 innings, 42 strikeouts in the minor leagues this year. So again, not the largest haul ever, but you're also talking about quite the difference when it comes to Naylor compared to what Suarez is doing this year. There's a bigger ask there. When it comes to Eugenio Suarez. But here's the one that I want to focus on right here. This is interesting, okay? Because, yeah, we'll talk about this.
This is the one that you really like.
This is the one.
Yeah.
All-star infielder Brendan Donovan would interest the Yankees. If he's available, many teams would be. Astros, too. Unclear how deep Cardinal sale will be. Let me just get this out the way really quickly. If you could get him and you could get a guy like Helsley, because they're both potentially on the move together. Helsley has come out and basically said believes 90% chance he's going to be traded. He said that himself. So he's probably knowing, okay, they've kind of let me know that I'm going to be one of the guys out there and I'll probably be moving. If you can make a deal for both of those guys, I don't give a shit who you deal. Brendan Donovan, I've said for years now, he is perfect for the Yankees. You know why? He's a hard-nosed gamer. That is exactly who the Yankees need on this club. They need ball players. He's a ball player. Now, his best position, in my opinion, is second base. He has played third base. I don't know how they navigate that. I do believe he's a better second baseman than a third baseman. But I take Brendan Donovan at third base right now. You got a leadoff hitter, locked in leadoff hitter that is perfect for you. Man, oh man, I could dream of a lineup of Dominguez, Donovan, Judge. Now, I don't know if Dominguez would have to be in that deal. I do believe they'd probably go more towards Spencer in a deal like that. And some pitching, of course. But if you're the Yankees, I'm sorry, but you need a series. If that's on the table, you got to simply look at yourself and go, you know what? We really like Lombard. We want to hold on to him. But everybody else we could talk about. You have to do that.
If you had to bet though, and the Yankees had the option talking with the Cardinals, and the Cardinals say, well, the headliner is either named Jones or Dominguez. It's up to you guys to tell us which.
They'd say Dominguez.
They say Dominguez.
I think they go Dominguez, yeah.
I think they send Dominguez too. And
I hate saying it. I love to see Dominguez in St. Louis.
Yeah, me too.
I hate saying it.
That's where
Not
I'm
like
at,
a bad
though.
thing. Let him be in St. Louis.
No, that's where I'm at because
good
I feel
place
like
for you to play. A place where they really play baseball there.
yes,
So
a baseball
and the fans love it. It's a
town,
baseball town,
baseball
for real.
town, and an organization that yes has had their missteps as much as
No doubt about it.
organization, but also an organization that has been known to develop well. Baseball, like real freaking ballers, bro. People who play well on different sides of the ball. I mean, the names you want to talk about Gold Glove. I mean, a couple years ago, it's not a couple years ago now. It's been a little while, but they had like a Gold Glove team.
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis did. Defense is something that is focused on, taught, instructed consistently over there. Dominguez doesn't go over there and continue to play left field the way he's playing it over here. So honestly speaking, I would love it. I would love it. If that's what they did, yeah, it's going to hurt for a little bit because I want him to be that guy here for us. But if they don't see it the way that I do, cool. Let him go over there and prove everybody wrong.
Yep. He'd be a guy, I'm telling you, man. And folks, I'll pull this up on the screen here. This is Brendan Donovan's numbers this year. Overall, hitting 296 on the season, a 364 on base percentage, a 797 OPS. This is a spray hitter with obvious power to right field. That is perfect for the New York Yankees. He predominantly plays second base. As you guys know, he has played third base. He has played left field. But man, oh man, you get a guy like Donovan at the top of your order. And Philo said something funny in the chat, and I don't disagree with him. He's like, they get Donovan, they bat him sixth. And it really is true. He's not wrong. You know, that wouldn't shock anybody if they get him and they bat him sixth.
You know, Trent Grisham and Goldie got to lead off, so.
I mean, it's hilarious to think about that. But, yeah, man, look, if that deal actually ends up being on the table, it almost reminds me of the Yandy Diaz stuff last year, right? When it came kind of late and it's like they'll deal him and the Yankees are close and oh my God, they may get him. And then they end up not getting it. And it was the Yankees and the Astros, remember?
Yep,
two teams that were fighting for him again.
Same two teams.
And look, I'm sorry if this is the case and you can get him. You got to battle everybody for this type of player, man, because that lineup could really be well extended and way better. And you could start having Anthony Volpe hit ninth and just say, leave him there.
Which is where Volpe needs to be.
No doubt about that.
I don't know how there's a conversation about.
Joe Madden said send him down.
Well, you know,
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
Joe Madden said send him down. He said at this point, you might have to seriously consider that.
I mean, Joe Madden. I mean, I think there's a lot of guys of that ilk who I think would agree with Joe Madden and say, listen, I don't know if you guys are seeing what we're seeing here, but the guy's got some serious issues and you're playing him at short every day. But then
he brought up a good point too. He mentioned when Volpe, there was one of the plays I forgot, and Volpe went to one knee to make a throw. And he's like, that's something a shortstop doesn't do.
Yeah.
Like that's when you're really in your head and you don't know. And it's funny that he says that too, because I don't know if it was me and you calling that game when you were here.
Yeah.
When there was nobody on first base.
And he double clutched.
to second base. Like he was ready to turn two. Yep. And I'm like, that's when you know you are really, really in your own head. There's no doubt about that.
Thinking, not playing, thinking.
Yeah. Scott Wright says the St. Louis situation is fascinating because they're just a few months away from a GM change. Chaim Bloom will be taking over for Mozeliak at the end of the season. So that is interesting too.
But that makes a lot of sense though. When I think about Chaim Bloom coming into St. Louis, I can see a lot of these deals. I can see the Helsley deal. I can see the Brendan Donovan deal even. Chaim Bloom is a guy who kind of likes to build it from the ground up. And if you guys remember what he did with Boston when he came in, I mean, again, the guy got kind of, sent out through the back door at Boston, and it was really unceremonious. But I think a lot of the success that Boston can boast about even today has a lot to do with what Chaim Bloom built there. A lot of the prospects that you saw get called up or whatever, these are Chaim Bloom guys that he was very high on, that he believed in, that he said, yeah, we're not going to trade. We're going to bring these guys up, and these guys are going to be good. And now you're seeing them play in the majors, and you're seeing these tools that are really elite and really, indicative of possible success in the future. He's that kind of guy, but he believes in youth movement, prospects, stuff like that. So yeah, it would make a lot of sense if he's not the guy executing the stuff right now, but he is behind the scenes saying, let's load up on some prospects, because that's kind of the direction I want to go. I want to rebuild this thing from the bottom up. I'm just saying, if reading the tea leaves, that's what I could see.
Yeah. And also, too, when it comes to the New York Yankees, as we kind of assume this, they're saying one of the hot players that teams are asking about is Ben Rice, which we both talked about for a while now, which would absolutely make sense that you would go ahead and make a deal like that, or not necessarily the Yankees moving him, but teams obviously being interested in a guy like Ben Rice, because why the hell not? I mean, you look at Ben Rice's numbers, and I could see why I would be interested in Ben Rice if I was another club to plug him in somewhere if you're an up-and-coming team. A lot of teams see him as a catcher. A lot of teams see him as a first baseman. So that also makes it even better for him, and better for him as a trade chip. Is catching is a very, very coveted spot and a coveted position. And if you get a guy that can pop 20 plus homers a year while catching, I mean, that's a pretty nice get for your club. Even if he plays first base, pops 25 plus a year, which I think everybody believes Ben Rice could do. So I could completely understand why teams would be asking for him. And we talked about this for a while, is if you had the next 5 years and you had to bet on somebody, Ben Rice or Spencer Jones, who would perform better, the majority of this chat said Jones. We're kind of sitting there going, I think you guys are kind of selling Ben Rice a little short here. Like, he's actually doing it in the majors. He doesn't strike out a shit ton. He puts the ball in play, hits the ball hard. He's one of the only guys I've watched the full season where, no joke, I could sit here and go, he's been unlucky. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the unlucky term. Yeah, but that dude's actually been unlucky.
If you watch the games,
he's been unlucky for real.
You see the way he stings the ball, whatever. Like, you see this stuff. Like, it's not something that's ignored. That's why I hate when I hear it about the wrong players. Like, oh, he's just not been lucky. He's hitting the ball hard, but it's fine in gloves. It's like, no. But in the case of Ben Rice, it's like, actually, that's exactly what's happening with him. He is stinging the crap out of the ball and is just hitting them right at people and stuff like that. So he's somebody who would be interesting too, because again, like Dominguez, if he goes somewhere else, I also think that the defense improves. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel right now.
I agree. Let's keep it going, guys. Got a couple more voicemails. I'm going to wrap up, baby. Did I not press it? Whoops.
Hey, Pete, Francis, Jira, Chad. How's everybody doing? William Henry here.
What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm going to be going to the Yankees-Phillies game tomorrow afternoon, so I'm up here visiting family at the same time. Not excited about watching the Yankees, but excited to be up here and going to Yankee Stadium. I'm going to be a walking advertisement, Pete, for NYYU, because I'm going to be wearing my NYYU T-shirt that I got at last year's fantastic event. So I'm looking forward to that. Another thing you'll get a kick out of. Now, my brother, who's kind of like Pop Simonetti, he's been playing or coaching baseball and watching it for 70 years. And he told me, he goes, why doesn't Volpe just go to a smaller, lighter bat? He uses too long and too heavy a bat. That might be one of the reasons he's always late on fastballs, especially the high inside pitch. Now, undoubtedly, the Yankees have considered that. Part of the thing I'm thinking, though, is due to their ridiculous home run or nothing philosophy, they want people to hit home runs, and they'll sacrifice contact and a lighter bat for that. So why Volpe doesn't do that, I don't know. Why they don't try and at least make it into a 280 hitter, I don't know. But anyway, that's his tip, and I think he knows more than anybody in the Yankees organization. So whether they'll follow it, I doubt it. Yankees, remember, smart or Yankees. But anyway, I just wanted to share that and say hey to everybody, and take care. I'm out. Bye-bye.
Oh, William Henry, enjoy the ball game, brother. I hope you have a great time at Yankee Stadium. I believe he said, tomorrow he's going there. So enjoy your time with your family, of course, and enjoy the game tomorrow. And also, too, William Henry, I'll be seeing you on September 6th. Can't wait. Can't wait to see William Henry, baby.
Oh yeah, the voice of reason, man.
I'll rip this one. Oh, I can't rip this one too because it's the
Nah,
last one I got. I got to order a couple more.
Gotta keep that one. Means a little bit more now. I did love his point about what his brother's saying. I think the issue with that is that's a traditional fix, and that's a fix that traditional minds in baseball would see. People who have years and skin in the game. That's something that they would say.
Yeah.
The Yankees, they don't share that philosophy anymore, and the Yankees have a different approach, which your William alluded to that
with everything.
The three true outcome is kind of that's the kind of player that they seem to be okay with Volpe being strikeout, walk, home run, like that's pretty much it, and that's why those adjustments you just don't see them being made. I mean, Volpe says it in every chance he gets in a presser. It's like, nah, we're gonna continue with the same process, continue with the same work, and that's it. Like, they're not changing anything up. They see him swinging and missing at that high inside fastball, whatever, but they're just like, yeah, but that's fine because when he does catch it, it ends up over the wall. I mean, that's fine. The issue is how often does it end up over the wall? And does it end up over the wall often enough?
I was gonna
offset the amount of strikeouts.
Yep.
And the lack of on-base percentage.
Yep.
And speaking of on-base percentage, somebody with his athleticism and speed, that's really okay with y'all that his on-base percentage is where it's at? Because that doesn't seem like something that should be okay with that player that you developed, that player that you sold to us as a kid who was going to be wreaking havoc on the bases and that doesn't seem in line with it. But all of a sudden today, they're cool with the three true outcomes. And if you disagree with that, you got to catch a titty attack from Aaron Boone because he's not having it.
And the other thing too, France, is that you just bring up right there, which makes a lot of sense also, is this is why we support Dominguez the way we do, because Jason gets on base.
Yes.
Whether you want to talk about, well, he hasn't really hit the way he's not the 280 guy we thought he could be. He's not far off from it by all means. If he was playing every day, maybe he would be. But Jason Dominguez is a guy that takes his walks. Like, he will get on base for you. That's something he already has developed at a very young age. That's important to have because even when you struggle and you slump, you can get on base. That's why it's like with Aaron Judge for years, we talk about that. Even when Judge struggles, though, at least he walks. Like, he gets on base for other guys. He still does that. That is an important fact to have. Even with Soto, why he was so important to the lineup. Because Soto could do nothing, could do those constant times when he goes on weeks and rolling out the second base. But it's like he also walked twice today.
Exactly.
Like, he also got on base 2 times today with his 0 for 2, but he scored 2 runs and he got on base twice. So, yeah, over his last 10, he's hitting, 210, but he's getting on base and he's scoring runs. That's value. That still adds value in a player like Jason Dominguez. King Dre says, guys, in baseball, can draft picks be traded like how the NFL and NBA do? And Pete, I forgot to ask, how's Papa doing? He's doing well, but Pop Simonetti is doing well. Thank you for asking, brother. I appreciate that. And no, you cannot trade draft picks.
Nope.
In Major League Baseball. Would actually be kind of interesting if they did something like that.
It would be. I think
if you could trade up, I would say.
Yeah, I think it opens up it opens up quite a bit of conversation.
Oof, we don't need that now.
Yeah, the MLB draft in baseball, dude, I don't know. Like, because what's a first round pick in baseball compared to a 4th round pick? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I
mean, you got first round picks now that they last a couple of months in the minors.
And you got 4th round picks that end up being all-stars. Like,
all-stars, yeah.
And I'm not saying that doesn't happen in the NFL, because of course it does. And even in the NBA, these things have happened. But the MLB is like really different in that regard, that it's really hard to quantify the talent level, throughout the draft, because it's different from the NBA and NFL in that all those guys that get drafted, none of them are expected to make an impact on the big league club that next year. But in basketball and football, the majority are. And I think that's kind of where it differs. But definitely interesting conversation for sure.
Yep. No doubt about it. Gene says, bro, Hal is intent on destroying his dad's legacy. It's sad to say, but it does kind of feel that way in many ways. I hate saying that, but it actually it actually does kind of feel that way in many cases.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
It really does. Let's get to 2 more voicemails, guys.
Hey, this is Joey from the Bronx.
There he
baby.
is.
How you guys doing?
What's up, brother?
How you guys doing? I'm not going to make any baseball or Yankees commentary today.
Okay.
I just want to set aside this voicemail to say rest in peace to the legend, the man, the myth, the guy my generation grew up on. I mean, he was an archetype. He was a symbol. He fit that larger than life character, that America character, better than any other wrestler. And it's really sad to see him go, but he's leaving behind an incredible legacy.
Facts.
One that we will all cherish for the rest of our days. So, R.I.P. big man. All right, guys, take it easy.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Joey. Joey, as always, with great voicemails. You the man, brother. You the man. Francis, you did have something you wanted to discuss. Do you want me to pull that video up?
Oh, yes.
That you sent me?
The Maven one, yeah.
Yeah. I know you wanted to talk about that, so I want to let me get that pulled up here real quickly. All right, guys, here we
and
go.
I love Booney's answers, and this is the problem is that fandom that comes into play. And I love Booney's answers, and this is why I'm the biggest Booney advocate, because I play for the man. Fans can say what they want. They want to fire Boone. They want this or that. The players in the clubhouse love Aaron Boone. He said it. Everybody's different. The pinstripes, it's different. The expectation is different. You can say what you want. They're not the Yankees of old. They haven't won in so long. It doesn't matter. There's an expectation when you put on those pinstripes. Guys would have threw shit and been all upset and shown all emotions. Back in the day, guys would have pulled them to the side and say, hey, get your crap together, right? Like, lock in, get over it. Watching this, it let me know I need to be careful about going back and forth with fans in the future, because there's just some things that fans will never understand. And again, John Boy Media has done an excellent job. This is just a great example of fans not truly understanding what players, managers, people in the trenches have to go through.
Absolute joke. Absolute joke.
Cam. I mean, I wanted to play this because he ends with, this is just another example of fans not understanding what players and managers go through. Well, that goes vice versa, Mr. Maben. It goes vice versa, because a lot of times you players and managers don't understand quite what the fans go through. And that's why people like us are making waves and constantly, growing and progressing, because we are fans, and that's our life. I mean, for you to say that after the Yankees played the way that they played and had this showing that they had in Toronto, it's crazy. Because you know what's wild? The wildest part about that? They played like that. They looked like that. They embarrassed themselves like that. And what did they do? They probably went after the game and had a dinner that cost, a couple $1,000s. They went back to a mansion that cost millions. While the people who are going to games this weekend, like Mr. William Henry, the prices that you pay to go to games at Yankee Stadium, the amount of money that you spend when you're in the stadium, you do the math, that's 20-30% of some people's rent, and they pay that to go and watch players and managers embarrass yourselves and vomit all over yourselves like division rivals, and then tell us at the end of the game that we're the ones crazy, that we're the ones that are wrong, that we're the ones whatever. Like, for you to, this whole shtick about, we got to blame the fans. The fans just don't get it. The fans, whatever. I need to be careful about going back and forth with the fans. You're literally saying that as you're on a show speaking to Cam. The players aren't watching that show. I got news for you. They're not watching that. Okay. And if the players are, it's a handful of them. Even if every player in the MLB watched that show, they would still be a small percentage compared to the actual people watching that show, which are the fans of baseball. So how are you going to get on a show talking to the fans of baseball and you're basically reprimanding us, telling us that we don't know what we're talking about, that we're just fans, that we don't never understand what the players and managers go through? That's bullshit. That's bullshit, man. That's a cop out. That's horrible. I don't care that you played for Boone. I don't care that the players love him. We've heard this shit a million times, bro. That does not excuse the way that the New York Yankees played in Toronto this series. They are 3-7 against Toronto this season.
I could ask
to write that off. Like,
I could ask Cam one thing. He never defended Aaron Boone as a manager. He just said the players like him. And that's all anybody ever says.
Very good point.
That's all everybody ever says about Aaron Boone, is that those players like him. Well, Cam, let me tell you something, brother. growing up, I didn't play ball. I played, travel ball and all that until 18, 19 years old. And I stopped and I recognized I'm not going to be able to do this. Like many, many people do in this world, the level of talent that Cam has and many other who got to the major leagues, extremely impressive. God bless you guys and your talents. But you can't sit there and say you're defending Aaron Boone by just simply saying you never defended him as a manager. You never said what he does good. You never said what he does bad. You said the players like him.
They like
That's your only defense of Aaron Boone as a manager is that the players like him. We've been told the same thing. I tell you what, I've never been told from a player. Well, he does this daily and never been told that once. It's weird because all you hear from people, from players, people that know Aaron Boone is, no, those players, man, they really like him. Well, let me tell you something. Unfortunately, liking a manager doesn't mean the outcome is going to be that you win or you play extremely hard for him or you do more for that person just because you like them. I hate saying it, but sometimes being liked, you could be taken advantage of. And I do feel like Aaron Boone is taken advantage of. Ken Rosenthal, who is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, one of the founders of Foul Territory, the show that we just showed. Ken Rosenthal just wrote an article talking about what this dumb fan, Cam, the dumb fan, right? Fans are stupid. We don't know it. We're not in the trenches. Well, Cam, how did I know everything that somebody like Ken Rosenthal, who was in the trenches with you guys, who know all you guys, who reports on you guys, how did I know everything that he reported just recently, years ago? How did the dumb fan know that? Oh, the dumb fan know that because fans do know baseball also. Fans do live life every day working for managers, working for people who have better them. And sometimes, Cam, get this, you ready for this? It's not always the people you like that benefit you the most. It's not always the person that sits aside and goes, you're the best shortstop ever. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. It's not always the guy that sits there and goes, Cam, we're the best team in the league when everybody in their eyes know you're not. Some people don't enjoy being lied to just to have a good relationship. Some people want to be told the truth and say, you know what? We're actually really not the best team out there. We're not. We got a lot of work to do. We're not going to go out there in a series and make 10 errors and go, best defensive squad out there. I don't think that always helps. So again, Cam, you yourself didn't defend Aaron Boone as a manager. You just said people like him.
Bro, he finished, he mentioned also about that, us fans saying that they're not the Yankees of old, they're not this or whatever. I took that personal because we've said that shit as loudly and as consistently as anybody out there, that these ain't the Yankees we grew up knowing, that this ain't the team, this ain't the style of baseball that we grew up watching. And for you to say that, people say that, but there's an expectation when you put on the pins. Well, Cam, what's the expectation? Right? Because it's not winning. That's been made clear to us. It's not championships. No, it's not playing good, sound, fundamental baseball. That's not it. So what is the expectation? Believe in yourself? Believe in yourself.
It's Thomas the Train, yes.
It's a Disney movie.
It's Barney. It's Barney.
I mean, sometimes at this point, you watch the Yankee games and you're waiting for Moana's grandmother to show up. That's how much of a Disney vehicle this shit has become. Like, you're watching it and you're like, at some point, the fire spirit from Frozen is going to come and Elsa's going to sing a song. Because this is not, is this baseball? Is this the big league? I mean, for you to refer to playing on the New York Yankees as the trenches when the team plays in the Bronx, which is the actual trenches, is wild to me, bro. It's wild. And guess what? I like Aaron Boone. That's the funny thing.
Who doesn't like Aaron? Like honestly,
as a person,
I haven't met one person that knows the guy that says I can't stomach him.
Yeah, like
this has nothing to do with Boone as a person. This liking shit.
Nah.
It's a new age thing that it's like, oh well, we like him. Who gives a fuck if you like him or not? What does that mean? What does that have to do with him being a really good manager?
If you criticize
nothing,
him, you don't like him.
Zero, nothing. I like a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to criticize him.
But that's my thing.
I like Spencer Jones. People think I hate him because he might strike out. I like the kid.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with hatred.
No, but that's my thing. It's like you said it right there. I like a lot of people. Yeah, me too. I like a lot of. Listen, I love my mother. I don't want her to manage the Yankees. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what is this shit at this point? Like, the points that are being made, honestly, bro. And you put it really well. I don't know that. I mean, if you made that point before, I must have missed it. But I think that's it. That sums it up right there. every time somebody speaks about him, all you ever hear is the same refrain. The players love him, the players like him, the players do whatever.
You never hear
but
anything
you
else about
never
Boone,
hear anything
ever.
else about him. And it's
You just
like, for
don't.
me, that speaks volumes. That's it.
Yep, you just don't. It's true. I hate saying it, but hey, real talk for the real fan. King Dre says, when the Undertaker passes, I will cry like he's part of my family.
Oh,
I grew up watching him. His entrance gives me the chills. No doubt about it. Undertaker is an absolute legend of the sport. Old Sarge says, maybe that's why they didn't win when Cam was playing for them. The players may love him, but they sure as hell don't respect him. Right there with you, brother. I say the same thing again, I've been on repeat for a long time with this stuff. Ronnie says, A, F Cam Maben, F Michael K, and F Scott Braun, F Rosenthal, and F Lindsey Adler and Brandon Cunty. For fun. Damn. Hey, look.
Hey.
I'm just reading the damn thing, man. My brother just went in. Like nobody's business. He went in.
And woke up shooting Steph Curry. Goddamn.
Shit. He's dropping threes on fucking everybody. But it's so true. And I'm actually happy you got to play that video because that's the first time I actually got to react to that. And here, I didn't even listen to the whole thing when you sent it to me, but getting the chance to hear that whole thing right there, it's unbelievable to listen to the defense of Boone. And I'm, I haven't made that point before. It's the first time I've actually made that point. When it's so true. You're right. Like, even when you just said it now, I'm like, you know what? You are right. I have never seen somebody talk about the specific things that Aaron Boone does well as a manager. It's always the players like him.
Yep.
And I don't know how that keeps you your job when you keep losing, because maybe you got to look at that and go, you know what? Maybe we mixed in the wrong balance. Maybe we went too far with Girardi. Maybe we went too far with Boone, and we don't have a mix. Because if, from what we know about Aaron Boone, I don't think he's a guy that could turn that switch on and say all of a sudden now, no, we're doing drills today. This needs to change, guys. You're going to be bench. You're going to sit. I don't think he could turn into that guy because, again, liking somebody is not difficult. Coaching somebody is a little more difficult, but it has to be done early. You can't just all of a sudden become that guy when you haven't been that guy for all these years.
That would be unfair to him. To ask him to do that tomorrow
exactly.
would be unfair to him and unfair to the players that he tries to do it with. Things don't work like that. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, as it kind of always is, right? All things in moderation, right? I mean, that's scripture. Sorry, for those. I hope I'm not trying to offend anybody, but listen, that's what I believe it. All things in moderation. So maybe Girardi was one extreme, and Aaron Boone is another extreme. The truth
that's kind of what Ken Rosenthal said in his article, by the way, too.
Well, I agree with that. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. The right balance for the Yankees is probably somewhere in the middle. Somebody who is, a little bit more approachable than, say, a Girardi, but also a little bit more stern than maybe, say, Aaron Boone.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You're spot on, man. And ladies and gentlemen, we got one super chat. I'm going to read that. Then we're going to sign off here. Gates of Above says, like you guys said, to say that to the fans and think fans don't know or understand, like our daily lives can't apply to playing a sport, is crazy. Management is very much the same across the board. I've said that all the time. There's a lot of things that you do as a manager that travel with you for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And I was a manager of a bank for a few years, a financial center manager, and a lot of those things kind of just go with you through your life. And as Johnny Riv just said, he's right. People are people. I mean, it doesn't really change. Yeah, you're talking about a lot more money involved and things like that, and it's a sport. But management styles don't necessarily change in how you go about it. I believe respect is earned. And Ken Rosenthal said it in the article. I tweeted about it because it is, again, everything that I've been saying. And I've been taking, attack after attack after attack for years of people going, well, Pete, how do you know that? You're not in the clubhouse. These guys act like they're in the clubhouse. These guys act like they know better than everybody. Nope, I don't know anything better than anybody, but this is what I tweeted right here. This is Ken Rosenthal. This is a Ken Rosenthal tweet from his article. What matters is whether Boone behind the scenes is holding his players accountable. If he is, it sure isn't showing on the field. As I wrote, I've been called every name in the book for saying this since 2018. It's obvious if he is, it's through one ear and out the other. And anybody that has ever reached back out to me or has attacked me or anything like that, I've simply just said, I'll tell you how I know this. It's very, very easy. I watch, because the changes aren't made with the same players. If you're coaching somebody and the minor things aren't being changed, that means it's ineffective. It's not working. And typically, I hate saying it, typically means you'll need a new voice because this one isn't working. That's just how daily life goes. If I'm not holding my team accountable and my manager comes in and goes, what have you done to keep them? And, well, I've had conversations. Where's your documentation? What is something that shows me you had the conversation that they should be getting better and doing this? I don't have it. Well, then it's on you because your conversation isn't working. I'm sorry to tell you, because nothing has changed over months. So now my manager says, you're the problem in the location. You're the problem. And it doesn't matter if we're friends. You're the issue. And it's not too different here.
No, you're not. You're not wrong, man. I think anyone in this chat who works a job, who, you know, and it doesn't matter in what industry you're in or whatever. I mean, these things don't change from industry to industry, business to business, office to office. I mean, these are standards, okay? And all of you guys who work, you guys know that what we're talking about right now is 100% facts, and it is what it is. For some reason, the Yankees, you know, pretend as if they don't get it, but we're not making this shit up.
Nope, no doubt about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up right here of All Rise and Shine. What an episode it was. Man, news is going to be pouring in, folks. Stay tuned. You never know when we're going to have to go live because news breaks and the Yankees get somebody. Francis, final thoughts from you?
It's the most wonderful time of the year, baby. That's my final thought. I think stuff is going to start happening, man. I stick to my take from earlier. I really think we see something this weekend. The Yankees start a homestand. 3 against the Phillies, 4 against Tampa Bay. Going into the deadline, I really, truly believe we see some kind of move this weekend. I don't know if it's the big move. I don't know if it's a bat or something, but it could be a reliever, could be whatever. I think we see something this weekend. Got to be a sense of urgency at this point. Has to be. Need the urgency.
I love it.
I love it. That's where I'm at, man. And hopefully they play well this weekend, bro.
Whew. Big series starting tonight, folks. But again, everybody, 31st Thursday, you guys already know this coming Thursday now, 24-hour stream. I saw somebody earlier said, I wish this stream could go all day. Well, guess what? On Thursday, your wish will come true. I'll be live for 24 hours. On the 31st, that is, of course, also deadline day. So if the Yankees don't make a lot of moves, holy shit. I mean, that day we're going to be sitting at the edge of our seats. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and what you going to do when NYYU runs wild on you. Peace out, folks.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they at their best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody moving the way that we move.